So, Wonder Woman 1984 finally got released on HBO Max on Christmas Day, and the results are in. While the first one tackled Diana in the midst of World War I, alongside her love interest, Steve Trevor, and facing off against the evil god, Ares, Part 2 is basically just a love story with a subplot of a guy who had too much power that got to his head. In this one, we of course are in 1984, and you can tell that by all the neon bullshit and music and everything else. Diana is working at this facility that acts as the middleman between ancient artifacts and their buyers. Her and her new friend, archaeologist Barbara Minerva, come across a strange stone, first believed to belong to the Mayans. The stone is said to grant a wish to whoever makes one. And hearing this, of course, Diana wishes for Steve to come back, without hesitation. Later on, Barbara, being looked at as sort of nerdy and a loser to most, wishes to be more like Diana. And then we meet Maxwell Lord, an oil tycoon slash con man who's trying to make it big in the oil industry, but he can't seem to make the money to pay back his investors. Also, he's a single dad, and not a good one. So a while later, we find out that Lord is the buyer for the stone, and he comes to steal it after seducing Barbara. It's then that she starts to notice a change in how people perceive her, making her stronger and sexier to everybody. Lord wishes to physically become the stone, giving him the power to grant everyone's wishes, but also taking something big from them in return. At a party, Diana runs into a strange man who claims to know her, and at first it's just some guy, but after a second she realizes that it's actually Steve Trevor in someone's body. So this guy's possessing people now, I guess? Together they learn that the stone was actually forged by an evil god, who used it to trick people by wishes, into giving up what they love most. In Diana's case, when she wished for Steve to come back, she ultimately started losing her power. And with Barbara's wish, she eventually starts to lose her humanity. Diana and Steve track Lord to the White House, where he just tricked the president into letting him use a prototype broadcasting system that would let everybody in the world wish at the same time, practically making Lord immortal. Because in exchange for their wishes, they give him life. During this time, all over the world, shit is hitting the fan. Wars are breaking out and chaos is ensuing all over. Diana finally confronts Lord at the White House, but is cut off by Barbara, who now has equal if not more power than she does. A brief fight ensues and then Diana is defeated. Steve helps her to realize that the only way to win is to let him go. So, she finally musters up the strength to say goodbye and heads after Barbara, now wearing her ancestors' golden armor, which I guess is just some armor they mention briefly in the beginning, like it's sentimental to the Amazons or something. Anyway, so Diana reaches the underground bunker housing the broadcasting system, and gets confronted by Barbara yet again, this time in full Cheetah form. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the fight scene here is extremely blah. Not to mention, it's not even Kristen Wiig in the fight, but some CGI double. Anyway, after a 5-minute scuffle, Wonder Woman electrocutes Cheetah and she almost drowns. And then the rest of the movie is really just mediocre at best. She makes her way to Lord, and he's in the machine being televised and telling everybody to make a wish. Then Diana gives a heartfelt speech about loving things the way they are, and to be happy with it, and blah blah blah. All of a sudden, Lord just has a change of heart, and is like, oh shit, what happened to my son? Oh yeah, remember? The one who randomly is wandering around in the chaos looking for his dad? Then just out of the blue, Lord is like, fuck all this, I want to be a dad again. And he renounces his wish, as does everybody else, like simultaneously for some reason. And that sets the world back to how it was originally, at the beginning of the film. Barbara turns back to normal as well, but they don't really mention her at all after that. Afterward, Diana runs into the guy whose Steve consciousness was using, and it inspires her that there is someone else to love out there aside from him. The end. Well, despite us waiting and waiting for this movie, it really was just, ugh. I mean, it was 2.5 hours of this guy slowly taking over the world just for him to be like, nah, I'm a dad. Basically, I think it should have been just about Cheetah. Oh yeah, and then at the very end, the post-credit scene was Linda Carter as the one chick who used to wear the golden armor. Whatever her name was. Alright guys, I'll see you later.